Hello, everyone, and today I'm going to be presenting my Genius Hour topic on memories. Now, I chose this topic because I was always really fascinated by how our brain works, how our brain encodes memories, and all that. So today I'm going to be talking about all of those things. First of all, let me just start by telling you what are memories. Memories are our recollections of the past experiences and situations. It is our ability to encode, store, and retrieve our experiences in life. Memories allow us to learn from our past and to better ourselves, and therefore we will not be able to live our lives to the fullest without our memories. In neurological terms, memories are when the neurons or synapses in your brain fire at each other in order to create a experience, or in other words, a memory. There are many types of memories, there are many memory disorders, and there are many ways how the brain can encode memories. And I'm going to be talking about all of those things in my presentation. First of all, let me just touch on the types of memories. There are two main types of memories, short-term memories and long-term memories. And they're pretty self-explanatory. Short-term memories are short-term and long-term memories are long-term. There are also sensory memories, which are quite similar to short-term memories, but not quite. And in long-term memories, there are implicit memories and explicit memories. And in explicit memories, there are semantic memories and episodic memories. By this point, you're probably very confused about what all of those things mean, but I will explain them right after this slide, so don't you worry. First of all, let me talk about the short-term memories. Short-term memories are short-term. They last anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. They can hold up to 10 items, and these are short-term. Short-term memories are created in the prefrontal lobe of the brain, and they are also fabricated there and regulated there as well. However, the prefrontal lobe might retrieve other memory and cooperate with other parts of the brain in order to encode a short-term memory. Short-term memories can be turned into long-term memories through consolidation and rehearsal. Long-term memories. Long-term memories are the complete opposite from short-term memories because unlike short-term memories, long-term memories are long-term. They can last anywhere from a few hours to a lifetime, and long-term memories have an unlimited capacity, which is very impressive. Long-term memories are also created in the prefrontal lobe of the brain. Short-term memories can be turned into long-term memories through rehearsal. For example, if you think of something again and again, it would turn into a long-term memory, and you would be able to remember it for a longer period of time. However, for example, if someone tells you their phone number, it automatically becomes a short-term memory. However, if you repeat the number in your head again and again repetitively, then it would become a long-term memory, and you would be able to remember it for a longer period of time. Explicit memories. Explicit memories are one of the two types of long-term memories. These are the memories that can be consciously retrieved, and these are memories that are usually related to the audio or the visual input. There are two types of explicit memories, semantic memories and episodic memories. Semantic memories are the memories that are harder to retrieve consciously because these are the memories that are related to the semantic input, so what something means. And semantic memories are usually when you're writing answers to a test. You know what the answers are, but you have no idea where you learned them. Maybe from a textbook, maybe from a teacher, but you never know. And also when you're asked to define a word, you know the definition, but you have no idea where you learned it. And those are very good examples of semantic memories. There are also episodic memories. Episodic memories are episodes of your past life and experiences. These are the memories that are very easy to retrieve consciously because they usually relate to the audio or visual input. Episodic memories can be your childhood friends or how your first house looked like. Implicit memories. Implicit memories are the complete opposite from explicit memories because these memories cannot be retrieved consciously. And implicit memories are memories that are usually related to the subconsciousness. For example, implicit memories can be daily tasks such as brushing your hair, buttoning up a shirt, or walking to school. And they can also be breathing, blinking, and walking. Your mind doesn't really pay much attention to implicit memories, and your body just does it itself. And they're very simple and do not require extensive thought. Sensory memories. Sensory memories are memories that are quite similar to short-term memories because they're very brief. In fact, sensory memories can only last from 200 to 500 milliseconds, so roughly half a second. And sensory memories are memories that are obviously related to your senses, so the sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Now, sensory memories cannot be recalled. Unlike other memories, it is impossible to retrieve a sensory memory. For example, if you're tasting a food for the first time, it is very hard to recall how exactly it tasted like after the original stimuli. And sensory memories are also created, fabricated, and regulated in the prefrontal lobe of the brain. How might the brain encode memories? The brain encodes memories starting off with attention. The more attention that you pay to a situation or an object, the more possible that it is going to be encoded as a memory. Emotions tend to get involved in this process as well because the more emotionally charged a memory is, the more memorable it is going to be. And extreme emotions such as joy, anger, or sadness can increase the chances of a memory of being encoded. And after the memory is turned from a sensation to a construct, it is then sent to the hippocampus of the brain. And the hippocampus is very important in the process of encoding memories. Therefore, people with damaged hippocampuses are unable to encode new memories. And the hippocampus decides whether the memory is going to be short-term, long-term, or sensory. And there are 4 ways how memories are encoded: acoustic encoding, visual encoding, tactile encoding, and semantic encoding. Acoustic encoding is the encoding of the acoustic input, so how something sounds like. Visual encoding is the encoding of the visual input, so how something looks like. Tactile encoding is the encoding of the tactile input, so how something feels. And semantic encoding is the encoding of the semantic input, so what something means. And after that, the memories are sent to different parts of the brain where they are stored, and that is what I'm going to be talking about next. How might the brain store memories? The brain stores memories depending on what kind of memory you're talking about. For example, for short-term memories, they are usually sent from neuron pathways of the brain to the prefrontal lobe of the brain where they are stored. And as for long-term memories, they are usually stored in the cortex of the brain. However, long-term memories can also be stored in anywhere of the brain depending on how emotionally charged it is and what kind of long-term memory it is. How might the brain retrieve memories? When the brain is trying to retrieve a memory, it is commonly referred to as remembering. And when the brain is trying to retrieve a memory, it is trying to mimic the neuron pathways that were originally formed when the original memory was created. However, the brain is only trying to mimic the experience, therefore it's not going to be accurate. And as time passes on, memories will become distorted or faded. However, there are 2 ways how the brain can retrieve memories: recollection and recall. Recollection is when the brain is trying to link several types of events and information to the original memory that it is trying to uncover. However, this method is not that effective because the brain can sometimes be misleading. And recall, on the other hand, is way more effective because the brain directly uncovers the memory that it is trying to retrieve, and this method is way more effective. What are some memory disorders? There are many memory disorders, and they can either create permanent or temporary damage to the human brain. And the first type of memory disorder is Alzheimer's disease, AD, or Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the result of aging, therefore it affects the elderly population aged 65 and up, and some of the common symptoms of Alzheimer's can be irritability, confusion, and the inability to create new memories. The second memory disorder is amnesia. Amnesia is usually the result of aging, drug overdose, and other many reasons. And there are 2 types of amnesia: anterograde amnesia and retrograde amnesia. Anterograde amnesia refers to when a person is no longer able to create new memories, and retrograde amnesia refers to when a person is no longer able to retrieve old memories. The third memory disorder is autism. Autism usually begins in childhood, and it is the result of the lack of social interaction in a child. A person can either be severely affected or mildly affected by autism. People who are severely affected by autism can be silent, while others might have odd social approaches, and they might also have narrowly focused interests. And the last memory disorder is dementia. Alzheimer's disease is one of the many types of dementia, and dementia is also the result of aging. Therefore, it affects the elderly population aged 60 and up. Dementia has many common symptoms such as irritability, confusion, loss of speech, and the inability to retrieve old memories. Why might you forget? The reason why we forget completely depends on what type of memory that you're talking about. For short-term memories, there are three ways how you might forget: decay, displacement, and interference. The first type is decay, when you don't think of a short-term memory for a long time, and in other words, if no rehearsal or consolidation is done to the short-term memory, then it would decay throughout time. And after 15 to 30 seconds, if no consolidation is done, the prefrontal cortex of the brain will automatically erase the short-term memory.